After reading the companion book, Guide to the Crystal Gems, and doing my review of it, I said that I would be doing additional videos discussing some of the details that I feel might be telling of the future of the series. Because neither of the two videos that I had planned turned out to really have much to them, I decided to just roll them into one, which is going to be this video. The information in this video, both the information taken directly from the book and the speculation based on that information, is a potential spoiler for the show, assuming that this information will be introduced in the show itself at some point and that things are going in the direction that I think they are. This is why I have classified this as a theory video, as I will be doing some speculation and theorizing in this video as we go along. Don't worry though, my next regular theory video will still be out this Thursday or Friday. First, let's discuss Rose. I mentioned in my review of the book that we learn a lot about her motivations and character here. But the truth is that a lot of this is stuff that is revealed or otherwise heavily implied in the series itself. We get confirmation that she saw the beauty in all things, and that she fell in love with the Earth and decided to save it. We know from the episode When It Rains that the Earth Kindergarten was used to produce quartz-type gems specifically. And seeing how Rose is a quartz-type gem, and has life-giving powers, I think it's safe to say that she was in charge of the kindergarten initially, and that her first act of war was shutting it down because it was harming the life that she had grown so fond of. This is stuff that we could guess at before, but the book actually spells a lot of it out and makes the leap to the rest far shorter and less treacherous. And after rereading this information to make this video, I do believe this to be accurate. More interestingly though, the book also goes into greater detail as to what happened to Rose when she had Stephen. Pearl goes into detail describing the process, explaining that what a gem actually is a packet of data stored within their gemstone, making their gemstone like a combination living computer and battery. What Rose actually did when she dismissed her form to give birth to Stephen was combine that data packet with Greg's DNA and become half of Stephen's DNA herself. This means that the half of Stephen that Rose claims to be isn't just his gemstone as some people think, but literally half of his physical form. This means that the fan theories out there as to how Rose could come back are unfortunately invalid. Rose is completely gone and a new being has taken her place. Pearl also goes into detail as to why Rose wanted to have Stephen in the first place. It's true that she wanted to experience childbirth, but she also wanted to bridge the gap between humans and gems. I think she wanted to do more than bridge this gap biologically. I think that she hoped that the existence of a human gem might help her people see the value in human life like she had should they ever return, and based on Stephen's interactions with Lapis Lazuli and Peridot, I don't think she was far off the mark. Another interesting point that I want to touch on very briefly is that when discussing their mission, the gems mention that they fight battle-damaged gems, not corrupted gems. I've actually been thinking something along these lines for a long time, that the first stage in a gem becoming corrupted is its gem being damaged, and that the corrupted gems that the gems have been fighting are an after effect of the war. They are gems whose gemstones were damaged beyond the point of being repaired. But this is something that I will be talking about at a later date, so I don't want to go any further into it than that. The other piece of information of interest is the reveal that fusion was typically only performed between identical gems until fusions like garnet began to appear, as the Crooniverse has been cited as saying in other places. Still, this is the first time that it has appeared in a published work relating to the show, explaining that until fusions like garnet came along, treating fusion as a relationship rather than a tool, it was just a tactic to make weak gems stronger. That is undoubtedly a big part of why garnet is called a shameless display by Jasper, because not only is she a fusion of two different kinds of gems, she is also using fusion for something other than what it was intended for. It also explains why Peridot calls garnet a war machine. As far as Peridot knows, fusion is only good for fighting. Knowing that like gems can in fact fuse with each other also makes it far more likely that this gem, called the Gem Warrior in the episode credits, is actually a fusion of two or more amethysts that formed properly in the kindergarten, as some fans have long speculated. After all, she and Amethyst share the same voice, but it is unlikely that she is a single properly formed amethyst, since she is much larger even than Rose. And that's really it. Not all of this is spelled out exactly in the book. I'm connecting some dots here, but I think that these details were included here for us adult fans of the show who read this book to make these connections, just as Garnet's 2 gemstones have always been visible so that we could guess that she was a fusion. But what do you think? Have I hit the nail on the head, or am I off of my mark? Let me know in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.